going on, guys? Brandon here. You got to see this insanity again. This is just going through. This is just absolutely phenomenal. I actually pulled some of a bunch of the articles. Not even all of them. I pulled a bunch of the articles from some of the emails and all kinds of different clips I could find. And this is just from the last month. This is not the last 6 or 9 months of all the job cuts I've told you about, and I was just talking about in the last video. So go check that one out. But that one was just about the confusion of the markets and what's going on. And this is just a quick little sprint through exactly what's going on, just to show you. January payrolls explode to 517,000. Biden has a State of the Union address next week. We talked about that. So we had to get something good here to talk about, right? So we talked about this, go in details, what's going on in this last video. So go check that out. 8 Sigma to meet expectations. Unemployment rate tumbles. Again, these numbers mean nothing. Like unemployment, all these things. We stripped so much from the job data, just like we did inflation. From the 1980, if we measure inflation like we did in 1980, we'd be about 15, 16, 17%. Now we're at 6 because we stripped everything out. We stripped out food and energy and everything. Just like unemployment, we've stripped everything out. We got U6 and U3 and core inflation. We got core unemployment. We got everything going on. Makes zero sense. This is why you have such a hard time. This is why everyone has such a hard time getting ahead. Too much month at the end of your money. This is why you're on the hamster wheel over and over again. You don't understand what's going on, and you're ticked off, quite frankly. You're mad at your neighbor. You're mad at every single person. And if it's not you doing it, it's your neighbor that's mad at you. This is how life is going. This is what happens when you destroy currency. You destroy your money. You remove God from the public sector, and you remove money, sound money. Good luck. And again, you can believe in God, you can not believe in God, doesn't matter. But history has shown us this over and over and over and over and over and over again. You start removing God from the public sphere, and you start removing, which is humility at the end of the day. Just again, you can remove God from that light and say humility. You're removing humility and saying, you know what, I'm the center of this. The government's the center of the world. I'm the center of the world. Well, good luck with that, because you remove that, soon goes the money after that. And sound money is gone, right? They remove gold, remove the silver from the penny, the dimes, they remove the gold from the dollar, and here we are. You get headlines like this with great data. They've obscured the data so much, and they've obstructed the data, they've obfuscated the data, I should say, and they've put this veil over you where you can't see what's what. So we have this going on, while also we're going to go through a bunch just from the last day or two of emails. Again, this is just from the last day or two of emails and things I could find really quick. U.S. employers announced more than 100,000 job cuts in January. And again, I don't subscribe to these garbage platforms like Bloomberg, so sorry, can't read the article. But that's pretty big. That was from yesterday. That was the day before the jobs data came out. So someone should maybe ask questions, right? Don't trust but verify. But if the economy is so great, things are so awesome, then how do you have an article like this? How do you have a headline like this, right? This is a day ago. So do some flipping homework. Again, this is why most people get crushed. This is why most people have such a hard time voting for the right person. They can't even figure out who's telling them the truth because they don't do 3 minutes of research. If you believe the data, then I have an oceanfront property in Nevada to sell you. And I got another one in Omaha to sell you as well. So here we go. Nothing better. Remember, there's nothing better. 517,000 jobs added. Payrolls explode. This is amazing. All kinds of stuff. Unemployment rate tumbles. But U.S. employers announced more than 100,000 job cuts in January. Again, let's see when this was. This was today, and this article is from yesterday. Interesting. That's very fascinating. So let's go through it. U.S. weekly jobless claims drop to 9-month low. Interesting. So now we're kind of going the other direction. So the weekly jobless claims saying, hey, I'm jobless, dropped to 9-month low. Productivity gain speed. So I saw there was some data too about productivity increasing. Well, it's probably because they've cut so many people, potentially. The jobless claims, people are just like, I don't know, I'm on government employment now, or government welfare, so I mean, whatever. Productivity gains speed up because there's only so many people at work now. Now it's like, hey, buddy, sorry, you got to pick up for John Slack. Yeah, we cut him. He's gone. And private payrolls growth slowed to 106,000. In January, as weather hit hiring. Weather. It was the weather. It was the weather. My business can wait. Weather. All of our customers can wait. It was the weather. Private payroll growth slowed. So they're up. Nope. We cut 100,000. Oh, no. Jobless claims are down. Oh, yeah, but private payroll growth slowed to 106,000. What did this say here? January payrolls explode to 517. Private payroll growth slowed to 106,000. Okay. Again, trust but verify. Right? Trust but verify. Blackstone REIT blocks investor withdrawals in January. That's kind of important for one of the biggest asset managers out there. halting withdrawals. That generally means, just like the cryptos, the banks, the exchanges, all that stuff, they don't have what they say they have. That's the problem. FedEx laying off more than 10% of its management ranks. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Exclusive. EV maker Rivian to cut 6% of jobs amid price war, internal memo says. I'm sure it was an internal war. Tinder, they're cutting jobs well, laying off 8% of its staff as growth falters. Oh, I guess you're not dating when you don't have a job, you don't have money. I don't know what else you're going to do. DraftKings cuts 140 jobs as part of a reorg. Yeah, I bet you are. OpenAI, so everyone's got time to get on OpenAI though, because they're setting records for fastest user-based growth. So they're going to sell. There you go. We're going to sell the subscriptions there because people are spending their time not at work and on that, which there's a lot of people using this for work, but there's now plenty of people not working, so they have more time to spend on ChatGPT. And what do you know? Short on cash, most Americans tap 401k savings for emergencies. So again, this is where we say question everything with boldness, right? Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God Himself. For if there is a God, surely He would respect, paying homage and study and getting more intelligent than just blindfolded fear. Right? So all this data we're seeing, like, total conflicting headlines. So if you think it's difficult, you're right. It is. This is, like we said, this is very difficult to figure out what's actually going on. This is why we've been saying be defensive, get positioned properly, actually prepare for what's going on. Not prepare for what's going on mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Bitcoin, gold, silver, food, land, water, security, firearms, ammo, and community. Build community. It's the number one thing. Build community. People that are like-minded, that see the insanity that's going on. So short on cash, Americans tap their 401ks. So interesting, because again, I thought if people have so many jobs, and that's the official BLS or Bureau of Labor statistics that come out, wouldn't you not need to tap your 401k and tap into your literal retirement and your assets to pay for your life? Call me crazy. See, this is why things don't add up. This is why people have no idea what's going on. This is why people are, quite frankly, just mad. And they're mad at their neighbor. They're mad at so-and-so for not wearing a diaper over their face. And they're mad at so-and-so because they don't know. They're being led constantly in wrong directions by the mainstream news, by academia, by you name it. Their favorite clown world influencer. They're being led astray constantly because they have no foundation, right? If you don't believe in anything, you'll fall. If you believe in nothing, you'll fall for anything. And this is really kind of the cultural war, the cultural rot that we are in. No one wants to talk about this. No one will talk about this. It's the collectivist goal from the last 100 years of, if we destroy America from within, if we destroy the family, the nuclear family, if we destroy God, if we destroy faith, the foundation of America, we can rot them from the inside out. And they've succeeded. I mean, quite honestly, they've succeeded. And there's going to be a small, people watching this, the small 5-10% of the population that's going to re-galvanize everything and pick the pieces back up. And that's how life always goes. It's always 5-10% of the population that has to throw everything on their back and say, let's go. This is not going to happen. And I made that choice a long time ago. When I was a young man, I said, I knew it was coming. I could see it was coming. I've studied this. And I said, I will be a part of this. I will be a part of making sure that we pick the pieces back up. I promise you right now, looking dead in your eyes, this is what I am here to do, and here to call these things out and be a part of the community that picks this back up and puts us back on track for dignity and morality, for the just truth and reality. That's it. That's it at the end of the day, because there's not much of it going on right now, and it's really beyond sad to see. And it's for our kids, our grandkids. And that's what we're here for. What are we here for at the end of the day? Do we have life just to sit around, put our feet up, and play fantasy sports? What's our life for, truly, at the end of the day? I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have. Please share this. If someone that might disagree with it, might agree with it, might need to see it, please share it with them. Please like and subscribe. Have them like and subscribe to the channel so we can tell the YouTube overlords that this stuff needs to get seen more and more and more. Please. Again, I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Put your comments in here, put your questions, what your thoughts are with this absolute craziness. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.